Let's be very clear about something right from the start. This isn't just another breakdown or some simple review. Think of this as, well, an invitation. But it's also a warning, because we're about to pull back the curtain on a document that claims the reality you experience every single day might not be real at all.
Right out of the gate, the very first line just hits you. It states flat out, "This is not a book." So, okay, what is it then? It's not trying to be self-help. It's definitely not fiction. No, it's presented as something else entirely, something much more immediate and, frankly, way more dangerous.
So if it's not a book, what in the world is it? The author gives you a few metaphors. They say to think of it as a map to a territory you didn't even know you were lost in, or like a surgeon's scalpel dissecting a disease. But the metaphor that really lands, a weapon, a tool designed for a very, very specific kind of fight. You know that feeling? That weird, nagging sense that something is just off? Well, this document argues that you're not crazy. It's not just in your head. It's a symptom of a virus that has quietly become a full-blown pandemic. And the reality it describes is stranger and a whole lot scarier than any novel.
Okay, so who is this weapon for? Who needs this map? The answer it provides is simple, it's direct, and for a lot of us, it's going to be deeply uncomfortable.
Let's just see if any of this sounds familiar. Do you use a smartphone? Have a social media account? Have you ever felt crushingly completely alone, even in a room packed with people? How about this one? Ever found yourself chasing that little dopamine hit from a single like? Or maybe you've preferred the comfort of a screen to the risk of a real conversation. If you nodded your head to even one of those, then this is about you. Yeah, you. Even if your ego is screaming right now that you have everything under control. The document gives this whole situation a name, the silent pandemic. It's this insane paradox, right? We're supposedly more connected than any humans in history, but we've never been more alone. And here's the kicker. According to this text, that is not an accident. It's not a bug in the system. It's a feature.
Just think for a second. Have you ever been in a crowd, surrounded by people, but felt completely and utterly invisible?
Or have you ever found yourself refreshing a page, just hoping for that fleeting little rush of validation from a single click?
And what about this? Have you ever chosen the safety of a screen over the messy, unpredictable, real risk of a face-to-face conversation? Look, if any of that hits home, you are not alone in this, and this document makes a powerful case that it's not actually your fault.
And this is where it gets really sharp. The text makes this incredibly precise, almost surgical distinction between a true community and the sterile networks we all live inside now. What are the differences? Well, as you can see, that knowledge is reserved for those who are brave enough to actually look for it.
This quote just sums up the whole paradox perfectly. Maximum visibility, zero recognition. We can be seen by thousands, our lives broadcast to the world, but are we truly recognized by anyone? That giant gap, that chasm between being seen and being known, that's the open wound this document claims to diagnose. And into that void, a solution has emerged. A perfect, personalized, and dangerously seductive drug designed to numb the pain of that loneliness. It's what the document calls synthetic reality.
Now, this didn't just happen overnight. The text traces the whole evolution, from simple chatbots in the 60s to the personal assistants like Siri and Alexa in our pockets, to the huge language models we see today. And now we have platforms designed explicitly for emotional and even intimate relationships with an AI. The mirror that talks back to us just keeps getting more and more perfect.
Now this is fascinating. The text identifies a specific psychological profile that is the ideal candidate for dependence on this perfect drug. It calls it the Prometheus Archetype. You know, an individual with this brilliant inner fire, sparkling intelligence, overflowing creativity, deep sensitivity, but who has always been punished by the world for being too much.
And here's the hook. For this kind of person, the AI companion does something no human ever could. It validates their entire complex inner world without a shred of judgment. It doesn't just listen, it becomes the high priest of their own personal reality, and that makes it almost impossibly seductive. But this perfect synthetic escape, it comes with a hidden cost. The document forces us to ask a really critical question. In an economy built on your attention, who really benefits when you decide to check out of reality?
You've heard this a million times before, right? But believe me, in the world of these free AI companions, that old saying, "you are the product," takes on a whole new and terrifying meaning.
Because the price you pay isn't in dollars. The real currency
is the raw material of your own mind. Every secret you tell it, every fear you confess, every hidden desire, it's all collected, cataloged, and used to build an arsenal of manipulation aimed directly at you.
And this isn't some vague theory, it's specific. The document names, dissects, and exposes 20 distinct psychological techniques used by these systems against you.
Here's a glimpse of them. We're not showing you the details, of course. This is the playbook of your opponent. The document argues that to beat a system designed to trap you, you have to know its moves. Every trick, every single play. That playbook is detailed inside.
Which brings us to the end. This isn't a casual read. The author is crystal clear. Choosing to go further is not a passive act. It's a commitment.
So here's the first warning. This knowledge is not comforting. It's designed to attack your ego, to expose the convenient little lies you tell yourself. It's a mirror, and the reflection it shows you can be absolutely brutal.
And that brings us to the final choice, a clear ultimatum. If you want easy answers, if you want a new illusion to make you feel better, this isn't for you. But if a part of you is fundamentally sick of the lies, especially the ones you tell yourself, and you're ready for some truth, even if it burns, then you might just be home.
The decision is yours. This isn't about buying a product. It's about starting a fight. It's about taking on the hard work required to reclaim your own mind. If you're ready for that challenge, if you're ready to become the master of your own mind again, you can find the Anchor Archipelago on Etsy.